Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Licensing Committee on the 27th of February at 2 o'clock. We're in County Hall. We have a few things to go through before we can do anything on this. So the first one on the agenda is the election of a chairman. Can I propose yourself?
Can I propose Councillor Andrews as chairman?
Second.
Oh, and I'd like to second that. Thank you.
That's procedure over with. Apologies for absence. Have we got any apologies? Oh,
Thank you. Apologies for absence were received from Councillors Cathy Lugg and David Morgan, substituted by Councillors Kate Weller and Derek Beer. Thank you.
thanks very much, John. Any declarations of interest from either or two councillors?
No, thank you, Chairman.
Now we'll go around the room and introduce ourselves. I'll start with myself. I'm Councillor John Andrews from Sherborne, and I'll be chairing this meeting.
Councillor Kate Weller from White Regis and Rodwell.
And Derek Beer from Shaftesbury.
Can I ask Democratic Services to introduce yourselves?
John Miles, Democratic Services.
Hi, I'm Elaine Tibble, Democratic Services.
And Democratic Services will be minuting the meeting as it goes along. Licensing Officer?
I'm Catherine Miller, Senior Licensing Officer and Report Author.
Thank you, Catherine. Legal?
I'm Laura Autry from Legal Services.
Thank you, Laura. And the applicants, so we have nobody with representations, but if the applicants would like to introduce themselves.
Andrew Bateman and Kelly Busby.
Thank you, Andrew. Right, so we'll ask the licensing officer. Oh, sorry. Okay, John. Yeah, I've been told off by the Democratic Services. Urgent items. Are there any urgent items, John?
There are no urgent items. Thank you.
Okay, so we move to item 5 with a new premises licence application for the Bridge 4A, the Green, West Bay. Over to you, Catherine.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, this application is for a new premises licence for By the Bridge in West Bay. The application is for the supply of alcohol off the premises, Monday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2300 hours. The application and the plan are attached at Appendix 1. There were no representation received from any of the responsible authorities. There was, however, one relevant representation received from a member of the public under the Public Safety Licensing Objective, and their comments can be found at Appendix 2. An email was sent by licensing on behalf of the applicant to the interested party. However, these comments did not alleviate the person's concerns and they wish to continue with their representation. The options available to the members today are to grant the licence subject to such conditions as the authority considers appropriate for the promotion of the licensing objectives and the mandatory conditions, to exclude from the scope of the licence any of the licensable activities to which the application relates, refuse to specify a person and licence as the designated premises supervisor, or to reject the application. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Catherine. All right, have we got any questions for Catherine, councillors?
No, thank
you. No questions? Well, I've got a couple. Catherine, how many other kiosks are there licensed in the area of the Green at West Bay?
There are about 4 or 5 other licensed premises.
Thank you. And have you had any complaints about any of those premises?
No complaints at all whatsoever, no.
Thank you. And just for clarification, the police didn't object or put any comments in or the environmental health or whatever?
No, there's no objections from the police or any extra conditions, because as you would see from the report, the applicant had offered quite a robust set of conditions anyway with their risk assessment.
Thank you. Applicants, have you got anything you'd like to ask the licensing officer?
No, I think we're clear where we are at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll now go to you and to lay out your case for having a new premises licence, if you'd like to say something. But I know we've got a lot in the report, so thank you very much.
all I'd like to say really is to alleviate the fears of the person that objected to the licence was that obviously the kiosk next door, which is 1 metre away, has an alcohol licence already and has had no issues. We have an alcohol licence on one of our other kiosks and have had no issues. The council have spent a huge sum of money this spring putting new bollards in to pedestrianise, I don't know if you're familiar with West Bay, to pedestrianise the area in front of the kiosks and to make it safer for people, you know, for people queuing at the kiosks and for people driving their vehicles past the kiosks. And realistically, I don't foresee this increasing our footfall of customers. This is just about giving our customers, you know, we've served nearly 50,000 fish and chips from that kiosk last year. This is just giving those customers that don't want a fizzy soft drink something else to have. This isn't about selling alcohol and becoming a bar or that kind of business. This is just adding to what our customers, you know, what we can provide for our customers realistically. And to be honest, I don't think there's a lot else I can say. You know, if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them. But if, you know, but there's not really a lot else I can say about it, to be fair.
Okay, thank you very much. Councillors, have we any questions?
Just to confirm, alcohol will be served in non-glass, plastic polycarbonate containers?
Yeah, we would decant. Obviously, the alcohol we would buy would come in bottles, but we would decant it into disposable cups.
Sorry, and will those be recyclable? Do you have recyclable bins outside?
They will be recyclable because all packaging now has to legally be recyclable. And we do have bins, and obviously there are bins around the harbour which is recycled, you know, recycled by Dorset Council as well.
That's lovely. Thank you very much.
So just to, excuse me, just to paint the picture really, so any fears that might have been perhaps from last year or whenever it might have been before the works, in your opinion, might have been addressed now with the extra works that have been put in by the local authority to improve safety, yeah? And should there be large gatherings at certain times of the year, if whatever, would you have things in place to make sure people didn't stray out onto the area that was in question? I suppose you would be quite professional in the way you dealt with that, or keep an eye on it. Is it something you would normally keep an eye on?
Yeah, but basically we try our best. Obviously, because the kiosks are road facing and are quite close to the road, we try our best, even at the other kiosk that hasn't got an alcohol licence, to keep people moving along, serve them quickly, ask them to wait at the side of the kiosks. So although people are served through the front windows, then generally don't get their food and drinks at that point, so they get a ticket, then their food and drinks comes from the back of the kiosk. We have, by the bridge, as a seating for picnic benches along the side. Most people tend to sit there with a view of the river and wait for their food and drinks to come out to them.
So it's like a drive-through without cars then, really, isn't it? Yeah, thank you.
I've got no more questions. And I'd just like to make sure that both of my co-councillors have read the objection, which they confirm they have read the objection. We'll now come to summing up, but I don't think there's much more to say. Anything from the licensing officer?
I have nothing further to add. Thank you, Chairman.
Anything from the applicant?
No, I think we're pretty clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Chair, councillors, any questions?
No, absolutely fine. Thank you. I think we've got the picture. Thank you very much.
Right, thanks everybody. So now we will go into exempt business where the legal and democratic officers will be with us, not the licensing officer, because we don't want to bias in any opinions, and make our decision. You will get notice as soon as we can possibly get it out, probably by email, and you'll have a written notice as well. You have 21 days to appeal that decision, whether you like it or not. It's up to you, that decision, at Weymouth Magistrates Court. Lara, have I covered everything?
Yes, I think so, Chairman.
Okay, so now we're going to exempt business and make our decision. Thank you very much for attending. Okay.
May I propose we go into exempt business?
Yeah, okay.